Hello everybody, this is Dale Tomlin, your voice of the Dayton Christian Warriors baseball team, and tonight we have a special surprise for you. We are going to have a Meet the Coach tonight, and tonight's coach meets the coach is Eric Halter. Eric, good to have you with us. I appreciate you taking some time to talk to me tonight.
Dale, I'm really excited to be here. Watched your videos last year, never dreamed I'd be on one of these, so it's a thrill to be here with you tonight. I'm excited.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Absolutely.
That was a little pat on back there. I'm not quite Sean Hannity or Tucker Carlson or any of that yet, but I'm working on it. So anyway, I just wanted to ask you some questions because we want to get some of the baseball community around Dayton Christian to kind of know who you are, okay?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, are you from the Dayton area?
Yep, my wife and I grew up here in Dayton, went to school at Wright State, and then both went to grad school at UD. I've got 3 kids.
Okay.
Graduated, my first one in 2020, Nicholas, graduated. My daughter's a senior, and she cheers, and my youngest is a freshman. So we've been here in Dayton our whole lives and love it.
Okay, cool. Has everybody been going to Dayton Christian the whole time? Okay.
Yeah, my oldest started when he was in kindergarten, and they've been here. The other 2 have been here since preschool. So
Gotcha.
It's been a long time DC family.
Cool. Well, okay. Well, you just told me a little bit about your family.
Yep.
Now you said you have a daughter that's a cheerleader.
Yep. That's one that I love. I've also been on ministry, on a ministry staff at church. Did that for about 7 years, and taking a little break, but hoping to get back into ministry at some point.
Excellent. Well, you know what? Being a coach at Dayton Christian is a ministry in itself.
It is.
Because you are mentoring these young boys. And as I walked into this P413 facility, as you know, we did this interview with Doug last week and did a walkthrough. Folks, this place is absolutely packed.
Yep, it's packed in here tonight.
Doug has really got a good business going here. So, let me ask you this. Other than baseball, what are your hobbies? Like fishing, basketball?
Yeah.
What else you like to do?
So, love watching college baseball on TV. That's one of my favorite things to do. Love watching my daughter cheer.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of the stuff we try to do as a family. Not a lot of other hobbies other than coaching. I've got to do that a lot, so looking forward to this season coming up.
Okay, well, good. That's actually one of my questions down the line. Well, tell us a little bit about your coaching experience.
So, started coaching when I was 18, except for I coached soccer. That's what I grew up playing a lot of. And
we'll forgive you for that.
Yeah. Made my way up to a varsity staff at Miamisburg and loved it, and then started having kids. And then started coaching basketball, and did that from when Alec was in 2nd grade all the way up to middle school last year. So I coached 7th and 8th grade for DC. And coached middle school baseball last year also, which was a blessing. Mm-hmm. Thought I hung up my coaching whistle for a while anyway, and a couple of weeks ago, Doug asked if I'd be willing to help, and I jumped at it. I'm super excited to be part of the staff. Great.
Well, you're jumping in at a good time. I mean, you got a great group of young men and some great ones coming in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, talking about your past experiences and maybe playing baseball, tell us one of your favorite memories of having played baseball in the past.
So, playing baseball was a great thing when I was young. Not as good as any of our kids that are on the team. We've got some talented seniors and great underclassmen. Mm-hmm. Favorite baseball memory coming out of not playing is the Cubs winning the World Series in 2016. That's a great memory. That was a great memory. But last year we were playing in the middle school game, and one thing that I love about coaching is conference games because you're playing these teams and you see them year after year. Mm-hmm. You see these kids growing, and we got to play in middle school game last year against Emmanuel. Mm-hmm. And it was a close game. Not really. It was 8-1. We were down, and then it was 9-2, and we were down in about the 5th inning. Came back, tied it, and won it in extras. That was a great memory from coaching baseball, and I will not forget our kids coming back and not giving up. And I know that's DC baseball.
Yeah, as a coach, I mean, I coached for a while too, and one of the greatest things was seeing your team respond when they're down like that. You know that you've had an impact on them, that you have taught them ways to not give up. Yep. Never, Jim Valvano, never give up, and it's just you got to learn that. Yep. If you're going to be competitive, you can't give up. Yep. You cannot give up.
Yep.
That's great. So, what is going to be your role on this season's team?
So, my job is going to be working with the outfielders, first off, and then I'm going to be getting kids thrown out to second as they round first. I'll be coaching first base, and I'm going to be really aggressive at that, so our guys got to be ready to run. Mm-hmm. And really, the one thing that I love coaching, like you said, it's about baseball, it's about teaching them the game, but I'm super excited about getting to know these guys and learning to walk with them and learning how to go with the Lord and what they're doing and trusting Him and what we're doing. And when we get into adversity, stressing out is not what we're going to do. We're going to be focused on the Lord, focused on what we're doing, and just enjoying a great season. So I'm excited about being in the dugout with those guys. I'm looking forward to seeing them succeed and just celebrating with them when they do a great job.
I tell you, to me, this is one of the hardest times of the year because you're so close to baseball, yet when you walk outside, there's a mess on the roads and in the grass. There's dirt, snow everywhere. And this is one of the toughest times of the year, but it's also one of the most exciting because now we're back. At least we're indoors.
Yep.
We're getting regular practices.
Yep.
We now start to see dates and games and things like that scheduled. And part of that what makes it exciting too. And we're going to see some teams that we played against last year. I know the boys are going to be excited to come back against the Cedarville team that we beat on the first day of a doubleheader last season, and then they put us out of the tournament last year. And so I know that Doug's going to count on your coaching expertise. Whether you get kids thrown out at second base, coming around first base, you got to be aggressive.
Oh, we got to.
You know what? If you're not aggressive, you're going to lose.
Yep.
Because the other teams are going to be aggressive.
The other thing I want to focus on, not just being aggressive, is we're going to work on fundamentals, and we're going to make sure that our fielders are doing things the right way every time. And then we'll be able to take chances when we get, when those plays need to be made, they're going to be confident enough to go out there and take that chance and go for that ball. So the one thing that we're going to focus on is staying focused on the fundamentals, having lots of fun, and learning to grow in our walk with Jesus. That's what we're all about. And then the good things are going to come when we get to win some games. So I'm excited about it.
That's excellent. Is there anything else, just as final comments here, is there anything else that you would like to share with the DC community about you?
Well, one thing I guess I want everyone to know is I've been watching these boys play, the seniors, a lot of them since they were in middle school. We've come to middle school games, we've come to high school games, we've cheered you guys on, watched the videos. So there's families in here like the Knops and the Lauders that have helped my son when he's growing up. So, I love the DC community. We're going to have a great season. And as Doug says, 52 years is long enough. We're ready to win a district championship, and it's going to happen. And I'm super excited to see how far these boys go this year.
Well, it is. I agree. I really feel confident in this group here too. And one thing I do notice about the way Doug coaches, and I'm sure that you are a part of this as well, or have this thought track as well, is overplay your ability.
Yeah.
I always used to tell my kids, play at a 105%. I said, you hear people go out there, give 150%. Well, you can't measure the extra 50%.
Right.
But if you can give an extra 5%, you can kind of measure that if you're stretching yourself beyond what you think. Just like back here when they lift weights in the mornings.
Yeah.
You know what? If you can lift the 100 or whatever it happens to be, if you can just go for that 105 pounds or 110 pounds or something like that, that's where you can find improvement. You can measure that.
Right. And that's what I'm excited about, making sure that our boys know the fundamentals, right? Mm-hmm. Because when they can do it without thinking, that extra 5%, they're going to be able to give it because they know that everything they're doing up to that point is ready to go.
Yeah, that non-thinking thing called muscle memory, right?
Absolutely.
All right, well, great. Well, listen, Coach, I look forward to appreciate meeting you. I look forward to working with you guys and doing some Warrior wrap-ups with you guys this year. And guys, you've heard me say this a lot of times. We have a very special team and a very special opportunity this year. We really, really want to get the school and the students involved in this more so this year than they ever have, because something could happen at this school that hasn't happened in over 50 years. And you know what? If you're a student at a school and something happens at your school sports-wise that you haven't had happen in a long time, we got to get the people out there to support these guys.
Yep.
They'll give everything that they've got on their field. So
guaranteed.
Until next week, this is your cue. This is
Coach Halter. I don't know. Warrior wrap up. What am I supposed to say?
And this is Dale, and we're out. All right, gotcha.